Brooks may have a larger burden placed on his shoulders as the team's lonely veteran, but Coach Driscoll expects big things from his senior guard. The Golden Bears will enter the 2014 season with a new identity. With Coach Clements' recipe for success, they should have no trouble climbing the mountain that is the PSAC East. The Kutztown University football team dropped their third consecutive game this past weekend as they lost to PSAC rival Bloomsburg by a final score of 31-20. Despite having a squad comprised of 1 senior, 2 sophomores, 10 freshmen, and 2 transfers, Driscoll believes that this unit can compete in the rugged PSAC East. Despite their aerial success, the Golden Bears were once again unable to establish a rushing game, as they accumulated negative rushing yards for the second time in the past 3 weeks. This past weekend, the KU football team dropped to 0-4 with a heartbreaking loss to interdivisional rival Westchester by a final score of 22-21. The Golden Bears were in control for the most part, as they led for all but 13 minutes of the game. Sophomore heavyweight Daniel Ortiz was the big name of the day, as he went 5-0 and took home the heavyweight crown at the tournament. KU will look to build on their ground game, where they spontaneously churned down a season high of 225 net rushing yards against the Wolves. From University Field, I'm Steve Maugeri, KU TV. From Keystone Arena, I'm Steve Maugeri, reporting for Newsbreak. From University Field, I'm Steve Maugeri, reporting for Newsbreak. Hey everyone, welcome back to Between the Lines. Today we're joined by head coach Rob Fisher and Mitch Volker of the KU wrestling team, who just finished the Terrapin duels last weekend. Today I'm joined by Dr. Jason Lanter, a psychology professor here at Kutztown University and is also a member of the Drake Group. You made a big weight change. You went from heavyweight to 197 this year. What was it like having to cut all that weight?
At first it stunk, but getting into the lifestyle, just being healthier and not just losing the weight for the team, but losing the weight for myself.
They generate around $16 billion a year. What do you think they do with all that money?
Well, and realize that the money they generate is nonprofit, because the NCAA, so it's relatively tax-free. There's some business part of it is tax, but it's relatively nonprofit.
And I'm Steve Maugeri. And always remember, being outside the lines only gets you the scores.
But here Between the Lines, we get you in the locker room.
All that is coming up and more, so stay tuned for BTL right here on KU TV. The 9-play, 75-yard drive was capped off by a 26-yard touchdown pass from Alec Warner to fellow freshman Kellen Williams to retake the lead.
Well, I mean, I wanted to have a successful season, but I knew it was going to take a lot of work for us to be able to accomplish that. I mean, wish we did at the end, but with the amount of young guys we had playing in the beginning, it was tough.
How big of an inspiration is your father to you when you play?
It's a huge inspiration. I mean, he passed away in 2012. He from Lou Gehrig's disease, horrible disease. He was like my best friend, my #1 fan, so he's a huge inspiration for me.
His speed, low center of gravity, and endless pursuit of the ball carrier earned him multiple all-conference honors.
Good pursuit there by Sam Dugan.
Coach Fisher especially is incredibly proud of Hadad's resolve.
Incredibly proud, not only what he's been able to accomplish on the mat for us, but in life in general. To achieve the biggest prize there is in our sport, yeah, I'm like a proud father when it comes to Ziad.